Hello, welcome. So I have decided to make a video because all of the gift guides that I have seen don't fit the man in my life. So I thought that might be the case for other women out there who has a very manly man, goes and hunts, fish, backpacks. He's a real outdoorsy guy. And I also have a lot of ideas for like the mechanic type or men who just are handy around the house. They fix things. They know how to do stuff. So I've got a lot of ideas. So I think I'm going to make a second video on that, unless there's needs to be more on this video. I don't know. I think this is going to be a long enough video. I'll be able to make two. So yeah. So if you are having a hard time figuring out what to buy your manly man who doesn't want the typical gifts and you're looking for something really cool, this might be a good video for you. Also, if you are a guy watching this and you don't know what to ask for, this would be a good idea too, to maybe a good list to get some ideas from. So we'll get into it quick. Number one, can never go wrong with firearms. And I've been told I have to say firearms, apparently, so as to not get flagged or something. Anyway, so we'll say my boyfriend's name is Nick. So we'll say Nick says. So Nick says firearms never can go wrong, because a guy can never have too many guns. Number two, ammo. And that is caliber specific to whatever firearm he has. And I am reading from a list, I'm sorry, but it's a lot of stuff and wordage that I don't normally say on a daily basis. Number three, and ammo, even though it can be expensive, if it's like on the lower end, maybe you can make a stocking stuffer out of that. I don't know. Which I don't even know if it's that cheap. Anywho, optics. Number three is optics. And I have just learned that word. Yes. Apparently that is a range of things such as binoculars, range finders, spotting scopes, and rifle scopes. But I think I wasn't supposed to say that. Anyways, so scopes, rangefinder, and if you don't know what a rangefinder is, it's kind of like this is a girl's explanation, okay? A rangefinder is going to tell you the distance between your target and yourself. And it gives you, it's like a little device, electronic device that gives you how far away the target is. I do believe that's right. So if you know better and you're a guy watching this, let me know. As far as binoculars go, I do have an example. So Nick says, buy the most expensive optics that you can afford. Because of course, there's always going to be more expensive options out there. He said to keep to the more quality brands. There's the mid-range brand, which is Leupold and Maven. And then if you really wanted to like give them a top-notch, go all out, spend a lot of money, there is Zeiss and Swarovski. So Google that if you're a girl. And then this is one of the ones he has. This is a Maven. So this is an example. Binoculars, if you're looking for, I guess this would be called the mid-range. Honestly, I think it's pretty expensive though. I know there's cheaper, but I'm sure he did not get a sale on those. So that's an example. And number three. Four? No, we're on number three. Satellite communication. If he doesn't already have, which I think this is awesome because I can communicate with him when he's out in no man's land. So this is a Garmin InReach Mini 2. So what it does is basically it can connect to your phone and you're going to be able to text people even though you don't have cell service. And you'll be able to use other functions. I'm sure it has a lot of other functions, like, you know, alert, like I'm in trouble, come save me, I'm lost in the woods situation. But it also, you have to do like some kind of monthly subscription to this too. You either choose monthly or annually, and each of those options have different price points. So you can decide what you want to do. But it's kind of cool. It's got a little clippy. It's really small, pretty lightweight. So if he is, and my guy, Nick, he works outdoors every day. So when he goes out into the mountains and does what he needs to do at work, he a lot of times doesn't have cell service. And if he's the only one out there and I want to get a hold of him, and, you know, I just remind him, bring this. So in case something happens, I'd be able to text him, or he could text me, tell me where he is, send me a GPS like location or whatever, pin drop something. Then he'll be able to talk to me. Text. I don't know if it works on phone as a phone call. Okay, moving on to other options. So I don't know what number one. I'm sorry, whatever, it doesn't matter. The next one is bino harness. And if you don't know what that is, it's binocular harness. So it's something to carry your binoculars in while you're out and about in the woods. And so most guys that are huntsman type, they probably already have these. They've tried them, or they've got the best of the best already. So just whatever, move on. But if the guy in your life doesn't have one of these, you know, I'm sure he'd love it. So there's different kinds. This one is a muley freak. Muley freak? I don't know. Muley freak. Muley? I think it's supposed to say muley, like a mule. Okay. Anyways, this is, it's like, goes on like a backpack, but on your front. So, like, right there. I don't think it would be very comfortable for women, honestly, but guys don't have to worry about that. So, what it does is, like, this one, he likes this one the best, and he's got other ones, and I'll show you that. Okay, I don't know how to work these, so bear with me. So this opens up like that. Like easy to get his binoculars that go in like so. You get the gist, like that. And you cover it, because then it's like protected from the elements while you're out and about. It's got little side pockets. You can put your little wind stuff, wind checker, and yeah. So I'm not used to using it, so, and it's got these other little doodads here you can put stuff in. I'm sure he's got things in here, I just don't know what they are. I guess we could find out. Okay, well, I didn't want to make you guys wait. Okay, we'll just move on. I don't know how to open it. Anyways, I'm sure the guys will know how to open it. So, but he did want to say, he wanted to let me know, or that I should say something. These are not for really big dudes. Like, this does not, like, the biggest it goes, it fits my guy perfectly with only just a t-shirt. Like, if he said when he's got a sweatshirt on, a coat, or whatever, whatever he's got on top, like if he's in the colder weather, it's barely gonna fit. So it's really tight on him because it barely fits. So he's made it as big as it could, and he is not humongous. He's not a huge guy. He's a big guy, but he's not huge. Like, he's 6'3", and he's got a, you know, like a wide back. I don't know. Anyways, he's not a little guy. So this would be just fine for little to mid-sized guys. They'd have no problem. But if you're like a bulked up dude, you might need something different, or something with an extension. I don't know how they work with that. This other option, this was his bino harness before he got that one. This one is, I don't know, but you can see it. Maybe you could figure that out from that. It's got a little Zipno tag. I don't know what that means. But anyways, he doesn't like it because it's loud. So, oh, he's got binoculars in here too. Oh, man. Anyways, these binoculars are littler and they don't look as pricey. So that's good. Anyways, he was saying he didn't like this one as much because that. But so it's magnetic closure, and it's not, that's like when you're hunting and you're out in the wild and you don't want to be seen or heard, you don't want the prey to hear your magnetic bino harness close. You know, so he said that was one of the big downfalls on that one. So, moving forward, after that, he said deer blinds. So if you don't know what a deer blind is, for the women that are watching, apparently it's a structure, smallish structure, not like we're not talking about a house, but it's a thing that goes around you while you're sitting out there hunting. So it'll hide you. And I asked him why he didn't use one. He said that he has a hard time sitting still, and where he goes and hunts, he doesn't need it. So whatever. If you're in one of the areas where you would need one, I don't know on that one, but that's an option. He could use a deer blind. Another one, Mr. Heater. This is a little bit great for everyone because we've used a couple when we had to go camping. Sorry. We had the opportunity of a lifetime to go camping many times, and I've used the Mr. Heater to keep warm in the tent. So if we were tent camping, those little heaters, so it's like just a little heater that you can put in a tent, a small space, in your deer blind, anywhere, even in like a, what are those tents that come up? Wall tent? Is that what it's called? The wall tent? I don't know. If that's the word, great. So in any small space, it's safe to an extent. It's really safe because I've used it many times camping in a tent, and it warms up with propane or propane. So if you get them like a little Mr. Heater and some propane, that would be very handy if he doesn't already have one. I'm sure, you know, he's too manly to need warmth, but whatever. And then another idea is a trail cam. You can never have enough, apparently, because Nick has countless. So trail cams are good, and I didn't realize how expensive they can be. So they can range from, I don't know, like $30 to $200 each. So you can, he just said, stick to the quality brands. And I don't know exactly what those are, but stick to brand name. Try not to order off-name weird ones that you can't pronounce on Amazon, on those ones. Stick to ones you can pronounce. Another option is a hunting backpack. So I've got a few options to show you. If he doesn't have an amazing hunting backpack, he's going to want one. If he hunts or goes backpacking for long term, or if he doesn't have a backpack that is strong enough to carry meat on his back, which, like, if he ends up getting something. So this option, I'll show you. He didn't take all of his crap out, but I'll show you just what it looks like. This is what he's got. It's a EXO. That's what they call it. It's he had to buy this in person, I guess, in Idaho. I don't know, but you can only get it online on their website or in person at the store or something. So this one, I guess he loves this one. When he got it, it's pretty pricey. So if you were going to go all out for him or go in on a gift with someone else, this would be awesome. They love those things. This one has like a super hard back to carry your animal on after you get one. Anyways, it is really heavy, but you know, you have a big strong dude who can do that, or you are a big strong dude that can do that. So you don't care about that. That was like, it could range from $700 to $800 for that one. I'll show you another example. I'm gonna go get it. Another option for the outdoorsy men that I wanted to mention, and it may be useful, I don't know, but this is a, you would never think that this would be a thing, but apparently it's kind of like a, what I found online, it was called a pursuit vest. So it goes on like a vest. Wait, this way, I think. Oh man, I don't know. It goes on like a vest, and it's kind of like when the guy needs to just go a certain distance without carrying all of his heavy stuff. He's just got this. I mean, maybe this is just for a different kind of hunting or a different day. Maybe he just uses this for short trips. I don't know. But this is handy if you don't need a huge amount of weight on you at that time. You can just carry some stuff. Okay, so this is another one, but it's not as much money. This is a killick, and this one was from Sportsman's Warehouse. So we've got a couple of these for the girls because they go out hunting with him at times. So we have now she's 18-year-old and a almost 16-year-old. So they go out hunting, and they each have one of these. And these are kind of heavy too, but they have a good sturdy back as well and a lot of cushion. But they're just not as big, I guess, and they're not rated to carry as much weight as the XO. So you just have to find the price point you can do. So that is another one. Another option is on the lower end of things, not hundreds of dollars, but a camp stove. Camp stove is super handy for when they're backpacking, or if they are like they're going to have to go a long way from camp and they're going to still have to eat. Camp stove. You can look up brand names Camp Chef, MSR, or Jetboil. So I've learned. And then another idea, just a small little thing to add in, is dehydrated food. Apparently guys are okay with those because they are really super lightweight and they can carry enough to supply them with food for a couple days if they're out there in the wild. Personally, I've had some of the other ones, like I've tried the Mountain House ones, and they're okay, but I guess apparently they're not as popular anymore, so now people are going for the brand name Peak. So use that as you want. And then some quick, before I wrap up this video, stocking stuffers, especially for guys that are fishing. Go for fishing lures, bobbers, weights, spinners. So look for those things. Those are good little stocking stuffers. And then beer koozies, which, you know, apparently a man needs like hundreds of those because that's how many we have. And then, another option before we end is the bugle or animal calls. So if you're a woman watching this, you're like, what the heck is a bugle? I've got some here, so they're animal calling, so you can call them towards you when you're hunting. So here's one option, and if you want to look it up, so this is what they look like, and you blow on it, and it's supposed to make a sound of a elk or a deer, something. I'm sorry, I don't know. This is Nick. So this he hunts both elk and deer. So this is a Phelps. I'm sure it's coming up backwards. This is a Phelps. There's another one, and I just grabbed a couple. So Oh, this is another one. This is Phelps too. It's just a lot bigger. I'm sure they have different sounds in that case, so I don't know. Another thing to blow into. So this is a bugle call. And then you can also, if he wants to try out hunting turkey, you could get him turkey calls, external reeds, like mouth. It's like a mouthpiece you put in your mouth and you blow a certain way, and they make a certain sound that's supposed to call animals. Anyways, also jerky. And he said, not just any jerky. Do not buy store brand jerky. You have to find a local, good quality butcher and see if they process their own meats and jerky. Then you might have some good jerky to give them. But don't even think about going to Walmart and getting packs of jerky. There you go. Yeah, so that covers up all of the huntsman outdoorsy type men, and hopefully that helped. And I'm gonna make another one about another subset of manly men. So here we go.